Today we plan to pull the engine from the truck. We are going to pull the engine, pull the transmission. The reason we want to do this is because the engine has so many leaks. It's leaking from every seal that's in this truck. If it has a seal, it's leaking. The front seals, rear seals. Thank God, knock on wood, that the freeze plugs aren't leaking. Even the transmission, you can see a ton of oil over there on the transmission. I believe the transmission is leaking from its cover, pan cover, and from the speedo input. So that has to be fixed. Another reason the engine has to be pulled is because the shock hoop is not welded 360 degrees. I can't get to it from the backside because of the engine, the header. Let's see, the factory exhaust manifolds are in the way, so I can't weld 360 degrees around the shock hoop yet. Also, the new headers we have, they're going to be so much easier to install if the engine was not in there. We'll just install these on the engine when the engine is out. See, the gentleman with ATP Customs said that he's never had a small block 400, and I hate to pick on you, buddy, but I've got two of them right here. The one on the right is for my dad. He's putting it in his 84 square body, and the one down here on the bottom, that one's mine. I might put that in his old truck, which is that 81. You can see it hiding back there behind that Buick. Both of them are bored 30 over. This block, I have it packed with grease. That's why it looks so dirty inside. I just, after it was bored 30 over, I packed it with grease so as surface rust wouldn't begin to accumulate on it. My dad has about $4,000 in this 400 right here, which is now a 406. If you bore a 400 block 30 over, it turns it into a 406. So our plan for pulling the engine is we're going to remove the hood, remove the fenders, remove the front grille, and then we will start to disassemble the components around the engine, and then we are going to strap a chain fall to the engine in order to lift it out. So there's our chain fall in a tree. So if you are a country boy that does not have a chain fall hanging from a tree, well, you're just doing country wrong.
Takten alla fullfest hela dagen. Mjöl från livets grottekvarn. Fullfest hela dagen. Stå på skor, det har vi alltid gjort. Så det är fullfest hela dagen.
The engine is out. This is a Harbor Freight 2,000 pound stand. Actually, they call it a Harbor Freight 1-ton stand. Engine's sitting on there level. It's surprising how well it holds it. It's not bending down or anything. That's a big block 454 on the Harbor Freight stand. These engine bolts that are holding it onto the stand are 3/8. They're 3.5 inches long. This is what our engine compartment looks like. And with the engine out, you can see what I was talking about. I do not have welds on the back side of these shock hoops. So really, I was playing a dangerous game by driving this thing around in the yard. It could have snapped off and caused a lot of damage, but I was just so excited that I wanted to drive it. Now I can fix everything properly, weld those in properly, the shock hoops, and I can also add additional support. And I'm thinking about boxing the frame in some places. Add some support up here. I'm gonna paint the firewall black because we're gonna paint the engine block orange, and I think that's gonna be a really nice contrast between a black engine bay and an orange block. I hate to end the video at this point, but I think that this is where we're gonna have to end it because there's just so much more that I have to do. I don't have a lot of time, and I just want to get something out to you all to let you know that we're still working on this. We haven't given up. We have 2 months before we really need it done. So from this point forward, we're going to consider it final assembly. So from here forward, we're going to be painting everything properly. We're going to be rebuilding everything that needs to be rebuilt. We are not rebuilding the transmission or the engine. Engine's over there. We are just going to clean them up, change the seals, and paint them. I don't believe there's any problem with the engine or transmission. The coilovers and the rear shocks, they do have to be rebuilt. So stay tuned, stay with us, subscribe. Hopefully we can get this thing done in the 2-month time frame that we have left, and my son will have a nice vehicle for his senior year of high school.